Alright guys, welcome to a new board game review video, and today we're going to be looking at Go Nuts for Donuts. This is a Kickstarter game. It was actually taken over by Gamewright, so halfway through the campaign we were all kind of sat there waiting for our games to ship. There's a bit of a delay, and Gamewright decided to kind of take this on board under their wing. It's very similar to some other games they've got in their lineup, so games like Sushi Go. So yeah, we'll go downstairs, see what we think of it. Okay, so let's figure out some of the details of the game. So this is a 2 to 6 player game. It's for ages 8+, and it takes roughly 20 minutes to play. So let's see what we've got in the box. Now I have taken out the insert here. So we've got, because this was a Kickstarter project, there's a few little bonus donuts cards that are included. This is a brief explanation of those. The rulebook is a brochure selling some of their other games. A small little thank you card there from Gamewright. The cards themselves, now I have sleeved these, hence why the insert is no longer in here. And then we've got a couple of other bits and pieces here. So these are the number cards. These are actually going to be given to each player, but we'll explain that in a moment. And then we've got these, which are kind of number identifiers that will sit next to the row of cards that will allow us to anonymously pick the card of our choosing. So I'm going to set up the game as it would begin for a 3-player game. Okay, so this is the game as it would begin. We've got our deck of donut cards here, and we've got the 3 sections where each of the players are going to be. And we've got kind of a row of donut cards, each numbered to 1, 2, 3, 4. And the idea of the game is going to be, every single round, each player will anonymously pick the donut that they're looking for. And actually, I've given us all these number 5s, which we don't need, as there's only 4 cards. But so imagine I wanted the powdered donut, the one on the very end there, number 4, which is worth 3 points, and that's indicated by there's a number on each of the cards at the bottom there, which highlight the value at the end of the game, the point total. So if I wanted that one, I would select that number 4, put it face down. Everyone else will select a card of their choosing. Obviously this will be hidden and be anonymous. Okay, and then in one go we would all turn over our cards to show what we've picked. Now in this situation the idea is you will only get the donut if your selection is unique. So both myself and this player have both selected card number 4, so neither of us get that card. That one is going to go into a discard pile, whereas the player on the side of me here has opted for donut number 3, which, as they're on their own, they will get that. And just to give you a brief rundown, donut number 3 actually gives you points for having a collection of donut holes. So if you've got just one of these cards in your hand, it will score you 1 point. If you've got 2 of these in your hand, it will score you 3 points, 6, 10, 15. So the idea is you're going to try and collect sets of cards. This person's now got that in their hand. These actually stay here, and we end up loading new cards to the game. Again, we're going to make our anonymous selection, and this is where it gets a bit more tactical, because I'm going to try and make sure that people aren't collecting sets. And just to give you a rough idea of what some of these other donuts are doing, so this chocolate frosted donut here at number 1 will let me draw the top card from the donut deck. So as well as getting that card, I can also draw an additional. The plain donut is worth just 1 point, but if you end up being the player at the end of the game with the most plain cards, it'll be worth an extra 3 points. Bear claw, number 3. Take a card from another player, but you do get -2 points for having that one in your deck at the end of the game. And actually, the zombie card is this is a Kickstarter extra card. It's a bit of a tricky one, this, because the card itself is worth 4 points, but on collecting it, you have to discard it. and that might make very little sense to some of you, but the idea is you're going to discard the card, and there are other cards later in the game that let you select from the discard pile. So that's one you could add later on. Now, we'll do one more round here just to say, so I'm going to make my selection of what I'd like to have. Everyone else will do the same. Just pick some at random there. Okay, so 3, 2, 1, we all turn our cards. So, again, us two, me and this virtual player over here, have both selected the same card. We both wanted donut number 1, so that one is discarded. Player on the side of me here selected number 2, so they get the plain donut. And you get the idea, the game will go round and round like this. There's a little bit of a kind of strategy involved in making sure people aren't collecting sets, keeping aware of what other people are doing. And at the end of the game, once the deck has been completely consumed, then we will see who's got the most points, and they are the winner. This game, again, takes about 20 minutes. It is really good fun, actually. People get a bit confused at the beginning about the amount of kind of permutations, the amount of options that these cards give you. Once you've had 5 minutes of just reading what it's all about, there's actually a lot of fun to be had. And on both occasions where I've played this so far, the contestants, the players, have wanted to play another game immediately. So definitely one I'd recommend. I don't know how easy it's going to be to get hold of just yet, but now that Gamewright have bought it, I would imagine it's going to be hitting shelves shortly. Thanks for watching another game review video from me. If there's any games you'd like to see reviewed, let me know in the comments, and if it's one in the collection, I'll be sure to consider reviewing it for you. Thanks for watching.